upping the reward in hopes of catching the person who sexually assaulted an elderly woman. McDonough police will announce later today a $7,500 reward for information that could lead to an arrest. Police releasing this video of a man suspected of committing a sexual assault on February 5th at the Heritage at McDonough Senior Living Complex off of Bridges Road. In just a few hours, local law officials, along with former NBA star Shaquille O'Neal, who is the director of the Henry County Sheriff's Community Relations Division, will officially announce the reward. Police now searching for suspects after rapper Killer Mike's barbershop was shot up. It happened over the weekend on Roosevelt Highway in the city of South Fulton. Police say no one was hurt, but most of the windows were damaged on the building, along with some nearby vehicles. Killer Mike, who was also an activist, says the shooting was not a personal attack on him or the store, OG Swag Shop. But this will cause a delay in reopening the store that was already under a relaunch. And eligibility expansion. A state Senate committee is moving forward on a bill that would broaden a program that pays for special education students to attend private schools. The Senate Education and Youth Committee voting Monday to pass Senate Bill 47. It will now head to the full Senate for more debate. Those in favor of the bill say there's a small fraction of students who are not served well by public schools. And those against the bill say it will not benefit everyone and that it will drain money from public schools.